Hello everybody and welcome back to Gaming on Caffeine. My name is Isaac and we are back playing some Blast Off for episode 10. Now, since the end of last episode, I have been using our brand new Fortune 3 hammer to mine about 100 blocks of meteor out at that little spot that I showed you at the end of last episode. And we've actually got quite a lot of stuff. We now have a nice supply of iron, quite a lot of gold, a lot of copper, some osmium, some tin, some zinc, 32 diamonds, 26 redstone, 26 emeralds, as well as quite a bit of redstone as well. So, I'm thinking that we should be set for quite a while here. And what I want to work on today is, I've done a little bit of research, I've done a little bit of playing around in a creative single-player world, and I think that we have what it takes to get a basic Applied Energistics ME system set up by the end of today's episode. But the first thing that I want to work on today, before we get on to that, is I want to complete this little quest over here. If we go to Polluted Seas and we look at this quest that requires 20 buckets of lava. Now, the reason I want to get this quest done first is because, of course, if we get an Applied Energistics system, we're going to need to power it. And the reward for this quest is a lava generator and a heated redstone generator, both of which can run off of lava. And if you remember from, I think, either last episode or the episode before, I did show off this little pool of lava that there is right at the bottom of the earth here. So what we can do is, if we complete this quest here, get ourselves 20 buckets of lava, trade them in for a lava generator, we can then use that lava generator using even more lava from underneath the earth here to power that lava generator, and then of course power our Applied Energistics system. So, that's the plan. However, as I may or may not have showed you before, if we go down to the bottom there, there is, like, there's a lot of hardened clay, like, loads of hardened clay, as you can see. And then, right at the bottom there, there's then 5 levels of gravel, so there's a lot of gravel that you have to dig through. And then below that, there is obsidian. There's about 3 layers of obsidian before you get to the lava. So, uncovering the lava is not all that easy, and doing it with the alumite pick is actually really, really slow. So, what I decided I'm going to do to start with today is I'm going to go ahead and make myself a hammer. One hammer that can mine through the obsidian, so we can mine a 3x3 area, in total 9 obsidian at once, and hopefully that should speed up the process at which we can kind of dig through and get a bunch of lava. So, what I've done since the end of last episode is I made myself 10 molten alumite. So, if we head on over to our stencil table and make the things required for a hammer, which include the large plate pattern, the hammer head, this guy over here, as well as a tough tool rod, we then need to make stone versions of all of these, and thanks to our cobblestone generator, we can do that fairly easily, and I think we're actually going to need a lot more than that, because each one of these actually requires 8 cobblestone, apart from the tool rod, but this should require 8, this one will require 8, and then this one I think requires 3. Yeah, it requires 3. So we'll take all of those. We then only need, to be fair, actually we didn't need these, because I plan on actually making those out of obsidian, like this, and like that. And then finally the head, of course, is going to be made out of alumite because it needs to be able to mine obsidian. So, we'll throw you down there. I did put some gold in right there so we can go ahead and make ourselves a cast. And then we should be able to simply make an alumite head. And whilst I wait for that to pour out, because that's going to take a little while, we do in fact need another one of these obsidian large plates. And once this thing is finished, like so, we can go ahead and take that over here, click the hammer, and then go boom, 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 and boom, and we get ourselves an alumite hammer. Nice. So this thing is fairly slow. It's got a mining speed of 2.78, whereas our pickaxe here had a mining speed of 16.9. Wow. Now, I did put quite a bit of redstone on this. As you can see, we have 100 out of 100 redstone, so I tried to make it fast enough to mine that obsidian, but it wasn't really that fast. So instead, I'm going to go ahead and put some redstone onto the hammer as well. And hopefully, actually, I'll go ahead and do that because we are running a little low on water. I'll take all of those. Let's see. I'll put some redstone on the hammer. Hopefully, we can get it to a reasonable speed. I don't think it's quite going to get up to the 16.9. But the fact that it mines 9 times as many blocks will make it much more beneficial nonetheless. So we'll throw you in there. We'll do something like... Oh, do we not have any modifiers? Oh, we don't have any modifiers left. Oh, that's terrible. We could, if we really wanted to, we could add an extra modifier using a block of gold and a diamond. Now, I might do that for because of the simple fact that we have a flipping heck of a lot of gold and diamond right now. 1 diamond's not all that expensive, and the fact that we have a stack and a half of gold means that I don't think that using 9 gold ingots to get ourselves an extra modifier and to speed up this hammer is going to be all that bad. Now, I think 100 gold is the equivalent, 100 redstone on the alumite pickaxe is the same as 2 modifiers, so I think we're only going to be able to get up to 50 with the 1 modifier that we get from this block of gold and the diamond, but it should be still significantly faster, hopefully, than the alumite pick doing 1 block at a time. So let's go ahead and take you and take you. And once we've got everything, we can go ahead and do something like this. That gets us an extra modifier, so we can now go ahead and start putting redstone blocks on here. 27, 36, 45. We're then going to have to turn it into actual redstone because we can't work in numbers of 9. And if we do something like that, boom, boom, and boom. Is that 50? It is. So that gets us up to a mining speed of 5.18, which is not, again, incredibly fast, but it is significantly faster. It's almost double the speed at which we started with, which was like 2.18. So if we head on down to like the Earth's core here, we should be able to start working through this obsidian. So what I'm going to do, guys, actually, I'm going to go where? I'm going to stick some more iron in the smelter because, of course, I think we actually have to hand in 20 iron buckets in order for that task to be complete. I don't know if we get the bucket back. I guess we could test this real quick by handing 1 in right now. But if that's the case, we're going to have to hand in a ton of iron. So that's going to be a bit of a pain, but I'm definitely sure that we have enough. Let me try this real quick. If I take that and then try and hand it in, manually submit. Yes, we actually lost the iron bucket. So that's a bit of a pain, but what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to go away. I'm going to stand here. Oh my goodness, this is really, really slow. I'm going to stand here and work my way in sets of 3, like down in a row until we've got enough lava to fill 20 buckets, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so a little while later, I've gone ahead and smelted up pretty much all of our iron, so we can go ahead and make ourselves 19 buckets. So now we have those, we should be able to go ahead and complete this quest. One thing I have gone ahead and done is, oh, I put a torch down. No. Oh, flipping heck. I've got to remember not to put torches down. One thing I have gone ahead and done, despite the fact that I burnt all of our trees, is I've gone ahead and moved some of the elevator blocks that were being used kind of like over... We started with 8, allowing us to go up and down between these 2 floors in each of the sides of this room. I took away those 2 and these 2 over here so that I could make it a lot easier for us to get down to the lava level, because I was losing actually quite a lot of hunger going all the way down and jumping all the way back up all of those stairs. So now all we have to do is go down like 4 elevators, walk along this very short little corridor, and we are over at our lava pool. And also we have a nice easy access to all of this gravel as well, which is pretty nice indeed. So let's have a look here. Do we have enough lava here to fill up 20 buckets? Oh no! No, we throw away a bucket. That's not good. I think we do. Okay, that gets us 80% of the way there. We then need to do 3 more here. And then I'm guessing 1 more. Yeah, we're missing 1 bucket because we dropped it in the flipping lava. Oh, jeez. We got 4 iron. We've got, like, just enough iron to make this work, which is not good because I think we're going to need, like, another 4 iron in just a second for what I need to make. So, I might have to check to see if we have some more iron lying about. If not, we're going to have to go mining for a bit. Let's have a look. I need... Oh, jeez. Where the heck did you... Wow, we've got, like, the world's strongest spider. What the heck? Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Whoa. What's with the spider armies? Oh, jeez. Okay. 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 Just... They don't seem hostile. They seem like it's... Are we too far away? They're acting like it's... I don't like those little spiders. Those little ones are hot. Oh, jeez. I can't get in that door. That door's blocked up. Let's go around. There's Enderman. We should probably kill the Enderman because we need Ender Pearls. But that's fine. Just run. Run. Please go away. He's healed up. Oh, jeez. Okay. We need to get a sword of some kind. And also... Oh, my goodness. Get out of here. We need a sword of some kind, and we also need our chest plate. We don't have either of those things. Oh, he's gonna kill us. We're dead. We don't have what it takes to kill this guy. Oh, jeez. And a little while later, having spent far too long fighting that spider and then far too long holding these flowers to try and get my sanity levels back up to 100, we now have the final bucket required to get some lava and complete the quest. So, if we head on back into polluted seas, geothermal, manually submit, we get to claim a reward of 1 of these. I'm going to pick the lava generator. The heated redstone generator, I think, produces more power, but does also require redstone. So I'm just going to go ahead and take the lava generator, claim reward, and we now have a very nice source of power that should last us quite a long time. Now, the next thing, like I said I wanted to do this episode, like I said earlier, is I want to start an applied energistics system. And the way we need to start an applied energistics system is we need to find ourselves some meteors, because as anyone who's ever played with applied energistics 2 knows, the only way that you can find the printing presses required for the inscribers is via the use of meteors. So if we look at the quest book here, I think under Industrial Revolution, yeah, there's a quest here called Electronic Storage. And it says about ore mining, my base is filled with tons of chests, it talks about all of these things, and if we scroll down, it basically tells us to look for some meteors, because there are actual meteors in the world, and the best way to do that is via the use of a compass from Applied Energistics 2, this guy over here. So, to make this, we simply need 4 iron and a charged Certus quartz. Thankfully, we have some charged Certus quartz from mining all of these Certus quartz in the pillars, and thankfully as well, we also have some leftover iron in the smeltery, 8 in total, so we can go ahead and get 4 ingots fairly easily using our ingot cast, like so. We need 2 more of those, and then we've kind of just got to wander around and try and find the nearest meteorite, and hope, really, that it contains all of the presses that we need. Now, to get a basic system, I think we actually need every single one of the presses. We need the calculation, the engineering, the silicon, and the few more of them. Let's have a look here. Press. I think we might well need all of them to get it to work. We do need the calculation, we need the engineering, we also need the logic for the basic processors, we don't need the name press, but we do also need the silicon press. So we need pretty much all of the presses in order for this to work. So we're going to make a compass, I'm going to go away, I'm going to follow this thing and see where it leads us, and I'll be back in a second. So, I think this one might be a little bit harder to get to, but in better news, there is actually a massive pool of lava around it, so getting some more lava doesn't look like it's going to be all that hard for us, but getting across to this one could be a little bit tricky and could involve some little maneuvers like this, which could be pretty bad if we let go and fall in. I'm kind of praying and hoping on the shift key right now. Do not drop me in. Oh, jeez. Okay, let's break through some of this thing. Here we go. Wow, that took a long time, but I think that's actually all of them. Logic, engineering, silicon, let me have a look. Calculation, engineering, logic. We don't need the name, and silicon. Yep, that is absolutely all of them. Oh, that's brilliant. Okay, let's give it to you. Don't really need the aluminium. We'll just take all of those. We'll also take all this skystone. It didn't help that we were encumbered for most of that, which is that little thing in the top right-hand corner there, which means we're carrying too much, but I kind of need to carry all of this. I don't really need the stencil of mountain blocks, really. I would like to keep the bed. I would like to keep kind of all of this skystone because we can use that for silicon when we're actually making some stuff from Applied Energistics. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to go away. I'm going to head back, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so now that we've got all of the presses, we should be able to get started with some Applied Energistics too. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and throw some iron into the furnace here because we are going to need quite a bit of that for all of the stuff that we're making. I did do a bit more hammering of meteors on my quest for the skystone and all of the presses, but of course the first thing we're going to need to make is of course an inscriber. So this guy should be fairly easily, actually. It's going to be 5 iron, 2 sticky pistons, which we can make using pistons, and then I don't think we have any slime balls, if I'm not mistaken. I also don't think that we have any blue congealed slime. However, we do have some blood down in the smeltery downstairs. So, if we were to do something like this, and also, we should probably eat, say, one of these so that our hunger gets back up for the remainder of today's episode. But if we take this out, and then we've got 80 millibuckets of blood, I don't think 80 millibuckets is enough to make a congealed piece of blood. It actually takes 160. Now, does us standing in this generate blood? I think it does. So, what we might have to do here to get enough blood to make 2 pistons worth is kind of just standing here for a while. I'm not quite sure why we're nauseous. It could be because we're encumbered. It could be because we're standing in a smeltery to get our own blood into a flipping casting table here. I'm not too sure, but basically what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to go away. I'm going to keep healing up and jumping back in this thing until we have enough to get 2 congealed balls of blood, and I'll be back in a second. And again, quite a while later, having died maybe once or twice, we should now have enough blood to go ahead and get ourselves 2 of these congealed balls of blood, which is a little bit disgusting, but at the same time gets the job done. So, we'll take those. We do need some cobblestone, both to make pistons and probably to break down to get some sand and some glass later. And we're also going to need a little bit of wood as well, which shouldn't be too big of a deal because, again, our tree farm has been doing pretty well. So we'll take like 16 of those, which gets us a nice stack of wood. And we can go ahead and do something like this. Boom. Once we get some iron, there we go. Let's also put a little bit of sky stone away because, wow, are we super encumbered. And let's make sure we don't eat that ball of congealed blood because that would be a terrible idea. And instead, let's make ourselves 2 pistons, stick those in the middle, and then follow that up with 2 congealed blood to get ourselves 2 sticky pistons. And then the final bit that we need in order to make ourselves our first inscriber is, of course, the Fluix crystal. And to make this guy, we're going to have to drop a charged Certus quartz, a nether quartz, and a redstone into a puddle of water. So let's make a puddle like this. Let's get ourselves... We're going to get another bucket, which is some more iron. We're probably at some point going to have to get some more iron this episode because I don't quite think that 10 is going to be enough, but we will deal with that when we come to it. Let's get some water. Let's make a puddle. I'm fairly certain we got some nether quartz from mining at the top of one of the spires. So we'll take some charged Certus quartz. We've got some redstone. And then I think over here, yeah, we've got quite a bit of nether quartz. So we'll take that and we'll throw all of these into here like so. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Nice. Okay, got a little bit worried then. It didn't look like it was going to work, but it worked. And then if we throw you there, we throw you like this, 2 sticky pistons, and voila, we got ourselves an inscriber. Nice. Now, the issue with this is we have to power this thing, and this thing I don't think can directly accept redstone flux, so we are going to have to try and make ourselves an energy acceptor from Applied Energistics. Let me try this here. Energy acceptor. Do we have what it takes to make this? We do. It's just another Fluix crystal, 4 iron, and then some quartz glass, which is made using nether quartz or normal quartz dust, as well as some normal glass to make the dust, which we are going to need for some other stuff as well. We're, of course, going to need to make ourselves a grindstone, because things like the pulverizer and the sag mill are ridiculously hard to make. So, for this, we need 2 cobblestone, 3 stone, 3, I'll use normal Certus quartz, because nether quartz and charged Certus quartz are a little bit rarer, and then a wooden gear, all of which should be fairly easy, in all honesty. So, first of all, let me again dump some stuff away because, wow, our inventory is just getting full of junk right now. I'm gonna need you because I can't put you away. Let's get rid of a little bit of wood, and then, like, we don't really have too much we can get rid of. We kind of have to be slightly encumbered for now. Let's do that. Let's get a little bit of... Actually, we got a ton of gravel. Let's break that down into sand instead of breaking down the cobblestone, because cobblestone's a little bit rarer right now than gravel is. We've got a ton of gravel down under the earth, and if we do something like this, we get actually a ton of the stuff, which is nice. So we'll do that again, get a bit more, because we do need, I think it's 6 to make this work, so we'll throw you in there like so. We're then going to need some normal stone. Do we have any normal stone lying around? No, I might have to smelt some up. That's fine. We'll throw 3 of you in there. Wooden gears are actually really easy to make there. Just simply 4 sticks, like so. That gets us... Oh, is it not? Has the recipe changed? The recipe has changed. It's actually 8 hits of a wooden log onto the blacksmith's anvil. So instead, we're going to have to take you and you. This is actually... It's not easier. It's a little bit more expensive. But in all fairness, it's actually not that hard. We can just kind of whack this a while. And we get ourselves some wooden gear, which is pretty nice. And then we will take all 3 of those, as well as putting the shovel away because it's kind of useless right now, and then realizing that we have flipping no space at all. And then we'll take 4 glass, which I think we don't even need for this part of the creation process. And then we'll take some of you, and we'll do something like this. Nice, that gets the grindstone. We'll stick you down, I guess, there for now. We then are going to need to make ourselves a crank, which I think, unless the recipe has changed, which it may well have, it is made like this. And that it is. Good stuff. We'll take you. We'll throw that in there. We then need to get ourselves, was it 4 broken down Certus quartz? I think it was. Let's go ahead and make 4 of you real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can also use this to double ores as well if you'd like, but in Blast Off, it's not really as useful because the ores that you get are not really, they don't come in ore form, and to turn them into ore form, you have to have 2 of them, so you don't really end up doubling them. It's a bit of a weird situation that you end up in with this, because if you look at this, let's say we want to double the aluminium that we get. The way that we make aluminium into ore is by crafting 2 together. We can then use that to make one of these if we want to use 2,000 millibuckets of lava, and then we could put that and get a double, then we could double it. But we didn't actually get anything from that, so I don't really know if there's any easy way to double in this pack, but what I do know is that we can do something like this with 1 more piece of glass and get ourselves nothing. What energy am I missing? Do we need 5? We might need 5 Certus quartz, actually. 5 dust as opposed to 4. Let's try making 1 more of these real quick. There we go. And then I can hear a spider. Yeah, you can't get in because there's a glass roof on this side. But we gotta be careful if we go to the other side because you can more than definitely get in on the other side. Let's do something like that. And there we go. That gets us quartz glass. And then if we want to make that into an energy acceptor, we simply need 4 of those with 4 iron. And then 1 more of the fluix crystals, which we can make by going boom, boom, and boom. Nice. Didn't really need to do that because we already had one, but that's fine. They'll all come to use at some point. That gets us an energy acceptor. Now, if we put this down, say, here, next to the inscriber, and we put down this guy, say, here, and then we go grab ourselves a quick bucket of lava, which we actually might have over in our crucible, and we... Oh, wow, we got 999 millibuckets. How did that even happen? Let's go ahead and do that. Get ourselves that 1 extra millibucket, and then we should be able to start generating some redstone flux, which should be able to start powering this thing. So, now we're going to test it. Now, if we have a look, the first thing we're going to need for all of these, let's say the first thing we want to make is a drive cage. We want to make a drive cage so we can start hooking up, we can start putting our drives in and start storing stuff. To make that, we need 2 engineering processes, which require printed engineering circuit, redstone, and silicon. Silicon being made using the silicon inscriber press and some silicon, which can quite handily be made by using a blacksmith's anvil and some skystone, which is why I wanted so much skystone when we were on our way back. So, if we kind of do that and then whack it a bunch... It's going to take a while, but we get some silicon, which we can then throw into here with our silicon press, and hopefully, it doesn't look like energy is being transferred through, which is a bit of a pain. Okay, so a little while later, I didn't think this would work, but for some reason, it turns out that you can actually just put the inscriber next to the lava generator, which was actually a really good surprise, because I was getting a bit worried then that we were going to have to make some more machines to do some really complex stuff in order to get some energy cables to move things from here into here, but it seems like this has worked, which is good. So, that gets us some printed silicon. The next thing that we're going to need, if we want to make ourselves this drive cage, like I said, is, of course, we're going to need 2 of these, which means we need at least 1 more piece of silicon. So let's go ahead and kind of do something like this. And get 1 more piece. Let's also throw some stuff away. And it's a bit of a pain having this hammer on me, because if we have the hammer on the hotbar, it does kind of pick things up from everywhere. And my goodness, we have no space at all here. Let me get rid of some more stuff. We're probably going to need some redstone, though, so I'll keep a hold of that. Get rid of the ender pearls and get rid of some of this other junk that we are carrying around with us. Let's take both of those. We're then going to need 2 of these engineering processes, which is simply the engineering process and a diamond. So we'll throw you in there and grab 2 of you, which thankfully we have a lot of now. We have actually 32 diamonds and emeralds, which is actually kind of surprising. This thing, I think, is going a little bit faster than it normally does, although that might just be me making stuff up there. But we'll take 2 of those. Then we're going to need to get ourselves a bit more redstone as well as some silicon. Thankfully, all of those we do have. So we'll take this guy out, silicon, redstone, and you guys in. That's going to get us both of those. We then need 4 iron, which I don't think we have. We don't. We have 1. So we're going to have to go get some more iron. And we're also going to have to go ahead and get ourselves 2 of these ME glass cable dash fluix, which are made using the pure fluix crystals, as well as some quartz fiber, which is made using, again, some more quartz dust and some more glass. So for that, all we have to do is simply get ourselves some more sand, which we can do very easily, as we showed before, like so. Like that. Smell it all up in here. We can get ourselves some more some more Certus quartz dust by simply throwing it into the grindstone here. Whoa, 1, 2, 3. I didn't know where that was then. There we go. I'll throw you in there. Don't need you just yet. We can write that down. Now we can make the quartz fiber, and then we can combine that up with some more of the fluix crystals, which we actually have here, to get ourselves some ME glass fiber cable dash fluix. So what I'm going to do now, guys, I'm going to go away. I'm going to make all the stuff that we need for the ME drive, which we basically entitled these 2 here, and then some iron. Then we'll have what it takes to make the drive. I'm also going to go ahead and make what it takes, just to kind of save you watching me craft all the same kind of stuff. I'm going to make all the stuff for the 1K storage cell, which is simply some redstone, some iron, some more quartz glass, which we made earlier. We can make some more of that fairly easily, and a 1K ME storage component, which is made using some more of those crystals, some redstone, and a logic processor, which is just the gold version of the diamond processor that we just made. And then finally, finally, we need an ME crafting terminal, which is this guy over here, which requires a calculation processor, which does require a calculation circuit, which requires a pure Certus quartz crystal, which in actuality requires a Certus quartz seed, and that is made using Certus quartz dust and sand. So this could be the longest part of the whole process here. We're going to need to get ourselves one more piece of sand, like so. And because we don't have any crystal growth accelerators, which speed up the process of which the seeds grow, what we're going to have to do is something like this. Get ourselves some Certus quartz seeds, drop them into the water, not the pickaxe, drop them into the water, and then we have to wait for them to turn into those pure crystals so that we can make this guy over here. Now, that could take a while, so that's going to go ahead and, like, grow whilst I do the rest of the stuff. And I'm also going to make the rest of the things I need for this guy, like a crafting table, and then the ME terminal, which is made using a logic processor, 2 of these cores, which are also fairly easy to make, like so. And like so. And for the fluix dust, we just simply use a grindstone on some fluix crystals. And then finally, this guy over here is some glowstone, redstone, and quartz glass. So I'm going to go away. I'm going to get all the stuff we need to make all of that, and I'll be back in a second. And finally, a really long time later, we should now have everything it takes to make our basic AE system. Mainly because these flipping pure Certus quartz crystals take forever to make. But if we were to go ahead and throw down our ME drive somewhere like this, and also I can put you back down there. Now, I don't know if that's going to work, but I'm kind of hoping it will. We're also going to go ahead and make ourselves a 1K storage component, which should be fairly easy. We'll make some more of those probably towards the end of this episode, because I know one of these is going to be nowhere near enough to make all of this happen, but we'll take one of those. We'll throw you in there for now. And then the final piece of the puzzle that we need is to get that ME crafting terminal. So, we also have heat stroke. This is not good. So, let's first of all get some water, which I think we have another camel pack with some water in here. We do. Let's get that on, and let's also go cool down for a second. Actually, let's just break these torches for now. So these torches aren't around, well, yeah, our temperature's going down nice and quick. Good stuff, good stuff. So we're going to need the ME crafting terminal, this guy over here, which is, of course, made using the calculation processor, which is what took us forever to get. But we can throw you in there. We can throw you in there. That should work just fine. We can then grab our hammer and do something like this. Again, get ourselves some silicon. There we go. Thank you very much. We'll combine you up in here with the silicon press. We actually have quite a bit of silicon now. I've done that a few times over because we are, of course, going to need quite a lot of that for all of the processes we're going to make throughout the series. But we'll throw you, and you together in there. That should get us this guy. The crafting terminal is easy enough. We have all of the logic processors that we need for all of these, which is well and good. We're going to need you in just a second to make some more cable. We're also going to have to go ahead and get ourselves 2 of fluix dust to make both the annihilation core and the other core, which is called the formation core. And then we only need some glowstone, some redstone, and some iron, and we should, guys, we should be good to go. So we'll take both of you. Let's see about making this, and then let's see about making, I believe it's just this. And then if we put you there, with some other stuff, like you there, and then that final piece of the puzzle, which we're going to have to make right about now. Let's just kind of throw some stuff on the floor here. We don't quite need all of this on us just yet. What do we need? We need some glowstone, some quartz glass, which we don't quite have, so we're going to have to go ahead. Didn't mean to do that at all, but that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get some more broken down quartz dust. And once we got some glowstone, let's have a look. I think if we do something like this, that gets us the illuminated panel. If we combine the illuminated panel with a core, as well as, core as well as the annihilation and formation cores, that gets us the ME terminal. We then need to, get rid of some of this junk because, wow, do we still have so much stuff on us. It is kind of ridiculous. Let's get rid of you, and flipping anything else we can. And then we're going to need just forward for a crafting table. Fairly easy stuff. Boom, boom, boom. And then finally, if we combine this with the crafting table and the ME terminal, we get ourselves an ME crafting terminal. And finally, this is actually finally, if we do that, that gets us some glass fiber cable. And now, if we hook all these up over here, we should be good to go. So let's put down this, that one's not lighting up, and I don't like the fact that it's not lighting up. Let's put you there, and you there. Now, that is kind of it in terms of stuff. The downside is that it would seem that we're not getting any power to the system, which is a bit of a pain. Now, we could try and make an ME controller. It's not required, but the ME controller also requires pure Certus quartz, which is a real pain because we've got to wait for it to flip and grow, which is horrible. But it could work because waiting for... And can we just smelt that? We can. We can just smelt Skystone into Skystone blocks. If we put this down, it might allow power to go straight from here to the controller. So, what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to go away. We're going to make some... first of all, we're going to make some of these pure Certus quartz seeds, which are made using Fluix seeds and sand. So, sorry, Fluix dust and sand. So we do need to, first of all, get rid of this thing. Then put some water in its place. And then grab ourselves some Certus quartz, some charged Certus quartz. Boom, boom, boom. And then once we got some more Fluix crystals, we can go ahead and break those down in our grindstone. And if we combine those up with sand, we should get ourselves some seeds, which we can then use. Now, I don't want to throw all of those in there. I think 2 should get us 4 seeds, which will be the exact amount that we need. Do we have any sand? We do not. However, as always, we do have some gravel lying around somewhere, which we can use to get ourselves some sand fairly easily. Like so. Boom, boom, boom. That gets us 4 seeds. So now I'm going to go away, guys. I'm going to wait for like 400 million years after I've taken this hammer off my hotbar so we stop picking this stuff up. I'm going to wait like 400 million years for that thing to turn into, for those to turn into actual crystals. And I'll be back in a second. Okay, way too long later. Apparently just as a storm is about to hit our base, these crystals are ready. So let's try and make ourselves the controller here. Hopefully this storm doesn't actually like kill us in any particular way. Also, I completely forgot about smelting up this this skystone. Let's smelt like 2 in there, and then we'll do 2 in here. I don't think this tornado is anything to worry about. Maybe, or they could kind of destroy stuff outside over there. I know our cart's still around. I like it. It's a little scary, but I'm not quite sure if it's going to do anything to us. We do have everything else. Oh no, we need to get ourselves another one of those. Let's get another silicon press going real quick. Then we're going to need to get ourselves one more diamond. That shouldn't be too big of a deal. We got 34 of those, which is always good. So we'll take you and replace that with... I hate the stuff. These inscribers are a pain to work with. Is that the right one? That's engineering. I think it's right. Yeah, that's right. Okay, it's calculation for the other one. Okay, that's good. That's good. Also, we are like on the brink of not having any space whatsoever, which is kind of horrible. We'll take you. We'll take you. We'll then go ahead and finish this up once you are done. And of course, flipping, we're out of... we have lava? Well, it's not connected up, which is why that's not working. So, we're going to have to make one last fun trip down to the depths below to get ourselves a little bit more lava just to make this thing work. Here we go. One more. And we'll slowly make our way over. We're running out of food. We seriously need to start working on food sometime soon because right now, our food sources are pretty much non-existent. And if we want to be able to survive once the food durability wears out, because right now, we've got like maybe 10 more uses on like apples and potatoes before they no longer have any nutritional value. And at that point, when we eat them, they will do nothing. So we kind of have to start working fairly soon on getting things like bread, wheat, and then making like more complex things that heal us up more and more, and will hopefully last us into the very late game. But that is for future Isaac to think about, because for now, all we have to do is slowly make our way over to this guy, stick him back down right about there, keep the skystone, fill this thing up with lava, and that should start to finish up. There we go. We'll then take you, and we'll replace that. We'll put you in there. We'll put you in there. That should get us the final bit of the puzzle that we need. And if we go ahead and throw 1, 2, 3, 4 with 1, 2, 3, 4, and then put the calculation processor in the middle, or the engineering processor, should I say, in the middle, that gets to the controller, which hopefully can accept power from this thing. And it can. Oh my goodness, I have never been more happy in the whole entire world. I can go ahead and finally start putting stuff into the AE system, and we can store stuff in here. This is the best day ever. We can store stuff. We don't have to have all of these chests. So, what I'm going to do, guys, between episodes, because this thing is probably going to fill up in about 3 seconds once I put some more stuff in there. That thing is now full. I cannot put anything else in. So, what I'm going to do between episodes is I will go ahead and make some more 1K storage cells, fill this thing up. But it is episode 10, guys, which means there will be a world download link in the description if you would like to play along. I'm currently playing on version 1.3.6, I believe, of Blast Off. So, if you'd like to play along with me, if you'd like to download this map and play with me, I will put a link in the description to where you can download that. Just drop it in your world saves. Energistics, and you can use everything that I'm using. But with that, guys, thanks for watching. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to hit like. This one took a flipping heck of a long time to make. I would very much appreciate it, and I will see you guys next time.